I hope to have another 30 years of playing music.
Well, Josh, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, what is for you the most beautiful line in a book that you've ever read? Do you know that?
Oh, let me think. Will this all be recorded all at once?
Yeah, but we can.
Okay, good. All right.
And maybe we can just start by your favorite book.
Oh, my favorite. Yeah. I'd say probably. I mean, I'd say my favorite book changes over time, but I'd say The Ghostwriter has always been a very special book to me. The Ghostwriter by Philip Roth is an amazing book about being at a young writer at the start of his career, gets a chance to meet his hero, and it's just a beautiful book about what it is to write and to be satisfied in writing for your life. You know, it's an amazing book. Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, Life on the Mississippi by Mark Twain, Loitering with Intent by Muriel Spark, Cryptonomicon by Neil Stevenson. There's so many good books, you know, thank goodness.
Yeah, Ghostwriters, is that a book that you maybe recognize yourself in?
I found it and it came to me, you know. I think most of the great books come to you without you looking for them, you know. They sort of fall off the shelf into your hands, and that book, I don't even remember how I found it. I certainly wasn't looking for it, but it was a book that found me at the point in my life when I kind of needed it. It was a book that helped me look past a little bit the things that were happening in my life with, you know, with press or with you know, one record out that people had heard. You know, it was kind of a moment when it made me look past the moment I was living in and farther on down the road, you know, to like having a life besides, you know, being a writer, you know, having other things in my life, you know, like a family, you know.
Yeah, was it a difficult period back then that you really needed that book, maybe?
I don't think you know, it wasn't so much a difficult time, but it was like, you know, you start out and you're so hungry for things, and you're hungry to, you know, to be famous and to make millions of dollars, you know, like, you know, things that like that now seem kind of funny to me, that you know, but then they seemed serious, and a book like that made me realize, you know, that wasn't really what I was looking for, you know, like it made me question those things, you know.
Yeah, why were you looking for those millions in the
Who
first
knows?
place?
You know, that's like, you know, rock and roll dream, you know. I don't think Mick Jagger ever went into like, you know, started out thinking, well, I'm just going to make some really good music, you know. Like, you know, and you're young and you're like, and you're getting started and you're from nowhere, you know. You want those things, and I mean, I feel that that's like, ambition is not a bad thing. It's just continuing your ambition and finding out what your ambition is really what your ambition can really help you do, you know. And it's never only about those things, you know. It's about like, you know, making good music and things, you know, making the music that you want and feeling happy that you're doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. But you know, The Ghostwriter is about the very beginning and the very end of a career. You know, one person's beginning and the other person's end, and how far, you know, how much the things in between, how much the writing in between matters in comparison to having a life, you know, and having like important, you know, other people in your life that you love, and that was a good book to read at that point.
Okay. If you're looking towards your own career, do you think you're more in the beginning, or?
I'm not at the very beginning of my career, but I have a, you know, I hope to have another 30 years of playing music, or 40 years. You know, I'm like, you know, but you know, with a record like this one where there was so much that was happening, you know, this was the first kind of, I feel like this is the first adult record I've made as a full-grown man.